Welcome back, classy hunters, to a pivotal moment in my Monster Hunter journey. We're at a point where I've fully fought every monster in Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, as well as Monster Hunter Rise, at least where it is at today. Sunbreak is not out yet. And with all of that behind me, I'm at a point where I crave more Monster Hunter. And I'm realizing that there's a lot of stuff I just don't understand as a Monster Hunter fan that I want to, that is trapped in the old world. So now with Fatalis slain, all the dragons and black dragons of the new world gone, it's time for this fifth leader, or what do we call each other, fivers, to go back in time to see what the pains are of the lack of quality of life for monsters, to discover new monsters that a lot of you already know that I have no reference for, and to really just understand your pain of how bad the old world was and how great the new world mechanics were. So I've been reflecting a lot on where to go for the old world journey, and the most recommended games that the community has recommended to me were Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate and Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. And there are some really strong pros and cons for both games. So for 4U, I understand that the pros are really where the story shines. The main pro has been the story, and the cons has been the fact that it's on 3DS and that is difficult for streaming. I just want to say, from a streaming perspective, I have no problems. I have a 3DS that has been modified to allow me to stream, so I can stream both games equally. I have also heard that there is just the controls of holding a 3DS and playing a Monster Hunter game, there are definitely cons there, but apparently it's got an amazing story, and I really enjoy stories, so Monster Hunter 4U does have appeal to me. Now with Generations Ultimate, the pros is it's freaking huge apparently. It's a celebration of Monster Hunter. It's on the Switch. It's very easy for me to stream, and there's just so many monsters to hunt in there. But the con is, because it's a celebration of Monster Hunter, a lot of people are saying it's not the best place to discover new monsters because it's a little underwhelming and it's just bloated with so many monsters that there's a lot to trudge through, is what I've heard. And so with that in mind, I'm finally happy to reveal where we're going. So let's reveal it dramatically through an awesome trailer provided by, well, it's not provided by anyone. I didn't put this together. Just roll where we're going. Wait. We can't go there. This place doesn't even exist. And there we have it, Third Fleet Hunters. I'm coming to your world so that I may understand what it's like to be, I don't think I'll ever be a Third Fleet member, but I will finally be able to sit at the table and understand what is going on in the third installation of Monster Hunter. And so from this moment on, I pledge to hunt every monster in Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate. And the caveat on that is I understand that there are different ranks in the old world, and there is, I heard that, I think it's, I don't know if it's the guild, like the guild quests are just not scaled for single player. So I'm going to play as much as I can single player, but when we're getting into territories where it is simply not feasible or unreasonable to do multiplayer or to do single player, I will do those hunts in multiplayer. Now, why did I pick Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate of all things. This has been actually a very iconic game for me because it is the first time I picked up a Monster Hunter game. And this is like when I started hearing about the Monster Hunter community, I picked this game up like 5 years ago, played it for an hour, and I tossed it back to GameStop. I said, this game sucks. I'm not doing this. So I'm super curious to go revisit that game and being like, what is it that turned me off about this game so hard so many years ago? So there is that. I've also heard that this is where the Switch Axe has been introduced. So we're going back in time to see how our good old Switch Axe came to be and what it was like in its first iteration. It's also the third fleet, which a lot of major names in the community have made their identities and names because of Monster Hunter Tri or Tri Ultimate. And so I figure, you know, for me to like talk and understand Monster Hunter from their perspective, I need to go back to the game that started it all for them. And there's just a whole bunch of new monsters there for me to discover, some of which I ran into in Monster Hunter Stories 2, and I was like, oh, what's the like story about this? So I want to go back and understand where these like actually hunt these monsters in their OG game. So with that, oh, also at the end of that trailer, there was like a mystery monster that looked like a black dragon that I have no idea what it is. So I'm really looking forward to like just going to discover what the heck is that? What I'm super concerned about is frickin' water. I hate water. I expect I'm going to hate water combat. So that's what's scaring me about this game. And just the old world mechanics. I know that there's a lot of quality of life shortages. Like you have to hoard a bunch of whetstones. You can't go back to camp. You got to be really prepared, which is something I never do. So I'm going to have to learn the ways of the old world to survive. And that's just part of the challenge. You know, Monster Hunter comes with challenge, and that's going to be a whole other type of challenge. So that's what we're going to focus on over the next few months. I'm going to journey, hunt everything, and acquire all that knowledge. And 4U and GU are still on the menu. In fact, that is where we're going after 3U. So we're going 3U, we're going 4U, and then we're going GU. So that's the roadmap for the Hey Jay channel, specifically for Monster Hunter. So if you're on board for that, be sure to sub, follow along. We're going to have journals for years to come. Lastly, I have a request for the community. Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate is an old game that's going to be running on my wonderful Wii U back here. And I'm going to need some help for multiplayer. And the last time I checked, it seems like these servers are pretty dead. And so I ask Monster Hunter community, if you have never experienced Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, or if you did and you haven't touched in a while, please dust off your Wii U's or pick up the game. Let's show Capcom that we can actually spike the users on a server like 5 years after a game launches. And let's just show up as a community and make Capcom go, what the heck's going on to our servers? Why are there so many players playing Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate? And then we can point to this moment and say, it's the Hey Jay crowd, it's the classy crew, we're here to play some old Monster Hunter. Keep the servers alive so that we can get through this quest together and pledge together. And let's just have some fun with it. So if you're on board for the multiplayer, please join the Discord, discord.gg/HeyJay. I hope that vanity URL is still good whenever you see this video. If not, get a hold of me on social. We'll get you into the Discord server. And let's play some Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So the journey is going to be happening on twitch.tv/HeyJayOfficial. We're starting on Thursday. I don't know the date, but it's going to be the first Thursday in November 2021, 8 p.m. Eastern time. It's basically a week after this video aired. I'll see you there with the beginning of my journey. And if you're not on stream, I'll see you in the next video where we start with our first journal of the old world. Thanks again for watching and supporting me on this amazing journey. I'll see you in the next video, and until next time, keep it classy.